brings up 4th down.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. And that hits the crossbar and comes back. And it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Bullet high.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Ready.
2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Stay with your man.
They'll look to throw. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. 23 yards, the final tally. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
General, West. Ready, go. Go.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
2nd and 13. Got some real estate inside. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
He'll look to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guy. Guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play.
At the 5-yard line.
Ready.
47, Mike. Mike, 47.
Hey, I'm coming.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Lions 7, Saints nothing. Sam Martin to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Down.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Down. 180. Easy. Kill.
Guys, it's our time.
That's up.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Tyler Newsome now. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Ready, set.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Any weapon.
That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10. They'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, but it's going to be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
All right, T, let's turn. All right, T.
Second and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Let's go, boys.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, watch the leg. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing deep for Galladay. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Let's go.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a first down carry by Bell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
29. 29.
From the 39, Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Showing it. Showing it. Greystone travel. Greystone travel.
Johnson now on first and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
Set, ready. 70 Indy. Pilot, 64, weak. Keep it up, keep it up. 7.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Alpha. 47's the mic, boys. 47. Go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving and past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
On the ready. 951. It's coming this way, Here we go. Ready, go.
Back to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. A gain of 22.
Let's go.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Ready, break. Mike 51. Protein spill. I got you. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Throwing on first down is Carr. And he's got Shockey. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
All day, baby, all day.
reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Right up. Go.
He'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
51's the mic. 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
51.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go. Pick it up, D.
Monday, down. Right, 80.
Mike. 65.
93. 93. That's it.
From midfield, here's Carr.
53. Go.
And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off around the 27. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Undercrush,
Deuce right, Chief.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. This is caught. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go. Trying to run it in with Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost lost the football, and the Lions have recovered. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Bang, 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 bang. Ready, go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Hunter. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 95 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Here I come again.
Operating from the gun. Carr. That's complete right around the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 13 yards out as his guys are back within a single score.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go to the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
We got this.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Here we go.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And oh, it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. The first down carry here for Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Orange, 55 to Mike. Recon, 132 fighter. Check. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 11. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. On first down, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Focus, defense, focus.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Carry on Johnson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what...
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Carr. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Carr now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Now Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
53, Mike, 53.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Carr completes it. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control.
Let's do this.
And how about the end result? A touchdown.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Watch the slant.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
61. Matchbox, light.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Trying to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. The 30, 10, 5, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
That's what we do. Other way.
So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
The Lions take over.
Let's go, fellas.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, pick your game up.
Hey, check mine. Check mine.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Check tight, check tight. Check tight. 51 to Mike. 51. There you go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's QT. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. if things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down now, it's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Carr going to try and throw on third down. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They'll drop the throw. his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Let's go.
And that one results in 35 yards.
First down, Lions.
Let's go now.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Here we go. Let's go.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
You baby. That's our ball. Our ball.
So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Stanford. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
I got one.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Check 55, Mike. I got him. Ready, go. 55's Mike.
Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll set up to throw. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. The big gainer there on the catch and run. And 37 yards.
To Isaiah McKenzie. A gain of 37 yards. And the Lions first down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here we go. Here we go. 30 base. Let's go. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Ready.
They go to Johnson again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them because of the incompletion. A very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play. But there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do they do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Ready, set. Check right. Watching your five. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Yeah, go.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Set, ready. 6 orange.
What's the run? They're running it. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Dog. It's our time. It's our time. Kill. Set, go. Go.
They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now the opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. No. Off.
From midfield, here's Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Three buzz.
Hey, check. Mike.
Now Carr.
Been a long day for you.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now. Lutz good on the extra point. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go,
The
let's
Lions
go, let's
offense
go.
ready to kick off their next drive. Critical
believe it.
condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Let's track.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Hunter. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for the Saints, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.